What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Schlabcast, Week 4, Pick'em Edition, Warehouse Edition, coming at you right now. Gonna get right into it. Thursday night game, Detroit at Green Bay. I'm picking Detroit, regardless of Green Bay's miraculous comeback last week after Derek Carr went down with the Saints. I'm picking Detroit. Dan Campbell, I believe in Detroit. I think they're gonna keep doing special things. I'm not sold on Jordan Love yet, regardless of the comeback. London game, our first London game of the year. Atlanta at Jacksonville. Jacksonville has had like a million London games in the last 10 years, I feel like. So I'm picking Jacksonville. It's their home away from home in London. Not sold on the Falcons yet. Simple as that. Miami at Buffalo. Good key matchup here this week. I'm picking Miami. You got to ride the hot hand. I think Josh Allen and the Bills are a good team still, regardless of that Week 1 Jets loss. I think they're a good team. I can't not pick Miami. That's my thoughts here. Denver at Chicago. Yikes. 2 0-3 teams. Somebody's getting a win. It's not going to be the Bears. I wish that it wasn't the Broncos, but the Broncos are going to figure it out, and they're going to get a win in Chicago that they desperately need. Baltimore at Cleveland. I'm picking Baltimore. Crappy loss last week to the Colts. They should have pulled it out. They're going to get back on track this week. They're winning in Cleveland. Not a Browns fan. Cincinnati at Tennessee. 2 desperately underperforming teams at the moment. I'm picking the better of the 2. I'm picking Cincinnati. I think they've righted the ship a little bit. I think Burrow keeps getting better with Chase. Finally had a good game. I'm picking the Bengals. Rams at Indy. Tough matchup here. Don't know really who to pick. I don't like the Colts. Maybe that's just my own personal thing. But I'm picking the Rams. I'm going Sean McVay and Matt Stafford. I think they sneak this one out. Maybe a close game, maybe 2017, something like that. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Right now, it's looking like Jameis Winston is going to be the starter for the Saints this week. Don't believe in that. For that reason alone, I'm picking Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield. Commanders at Eagles. Easy pick here. Not much to say. Commanders definitely get the job not done. Eagles with the easy victory at home. Minnesota at Carolina. 2 other desperate teams looking for their first wins of the season. Minnesota's got to get on track. They got to get a win here. That's my pick. There's no other way about it. Minnesota's got to win in Carolina or else they are done. Pittsburgh at Houston. Houston is not favored, even though they're at home and came off a great win last week. I'm picking them. I can't not pick them. I believe in C.J. Stroud. I believe what they've been doing. DeMeco Ryans. They're going to win again. They're going to get 2 in a row. Picking Houston. Vegas at the Chargers. Not sure if Jimmy G's going to play. Still in concussion protocol. Chargers should win this one easy. Should win is always, question mark for the Chargers. But when you give them the Raiders, hopefully that's enough. New England at Dallas. Easy pick here. Picking Dallas. They're going to right the ship from that terrible Cardinals loss last week. No way that they lose 2 in a row. They win at home easily. Arizona at the Niners. Easy pick here. Arizona, not as bad of a team as we all maybe thought they were, but Niners best team in the league right now, I still say. Niners win. KC at the Jets. Picking KC easy. They got that Kelsey Swifty power right now. The Jets have no idea what to do at quarterback. Regardless of how good their defense is, they don't win here. No way. Chiefs win, no problem. Kelsey probably another 2 touchdowns. And we got Monday night game, Seattle at the New York Giants. Don't really believe in the Giants still. Just too many question marks there. I think these guys, both these teams overpaid for their quarterbacks this offseason. But I believe in Geno Smith a little bit more than Daniel Jones. So I'm going Seattle. And hopefully that's the best. My picks weren't really that great last week. I think we're all doing okay in the pick'em. Been quite a few upsets this year so far. Some teams not as good as we thought they were going to be. Some teams better than we thought they were going to be. This is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anybody can win. We'll see how it plays out. Come back for our reaction video for Week 4. Thanks for tuning in to the Schlabcast. I'm Jeff, and we'll see you next week.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Back for my Schwab picks week 4 of the NFL season. I've been doing pretty good the past couple weeks, so here we go. I think I'm 33 and 15 overall, which would put me in the 99.2 percentile on ESPN. All right, Thursday night game. We got the Lions traveling to the Packers. Jordan Love's been good. Can't argue with that. I don't think the party train will continue to roll tonight in Green Bay. I think Detroit handles them pretty easily. Give me Detroit. Next up, we have the Falcons and Jaguars. Jaguars laid a fat stinker last week. The Falcons have been looking pretty good, but they have played some terrible competition. I think Jacksonville rights the ship here. Give me Jacksonville by 10. Miami going to Buffalo. Who would have known this would have been a huge division game to start out the year with between these two teams? Miami's looking great, obviously, with the 70 burger they dropped. Don't think they can do that same thing again this week, especially on the road. I think they still win, though. Going to be a much closer game. Probably about a touchdown separates them. Give me Miami. Denver going to Chicago. Quite possibly the worst NFL game that will ever be played or ever could be played. I refuse to pick Denver. That's it. So the Bears. It'll be a tie, 0-0. But I'll take the Bears. Browns, Ravens at Cleveland. Browns are going to be hosting. If the Ravens were hosting, I'd probably take them. I'm going to go with the slight upset here. I think Cleveland's actually a lot better than people give them for, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Deshaun Watson is a huge distraction for everyone. I still think they get the job done, though. Baltimore's been looking real shaky with all the starters out. Cincinnati going to Tennessee. Cincinnati just squeaked it out last week, but Tennessee is so bad. I think Cincinnati has enough firepower to overdo it with them. The only way I see Tennessee winning this if it is just a low-scoring run-the-ball game. Rams traveling to the Colts. I think the Rams are going to beat them. Probably going to watch maybe 10 seconds of that game total. Just give me the Rams. Here's the Bucks going to the Saints. I think the Buccaneers are also a team that's a little bit better than people are giving them credit for. The Saints are going to be down, I believe, Derek Carr. That could change, but I think he's out for a couple weeks. So give me the Buccaneers because I don't think Jameis Winston is a good football player. Okay, the Washington professional football team traveling to Philadelphia. This will be a bloodbath, either in score or in just body count. If it is a body count one, Washington might be able to pull it out. But I think Philadelphia is going to take care of business. It takes us to Minnesota traveling to Carolina. I hate both these teams. Don't think Carolina is worth anything, even with Bryce Young. Minnesota is so bad, but they are a better bad. So I'll take Minnesota. We have Pittsburgh and Houston. Is Houston a good team? They looked pretty good last week. So did Pittsburgh. I think it's a good matchup of some pretty young, stout teams. I think Pittsburgh wins it by a field goal, though, right at the end. Raiders, Chargers. Chargers are a better team. Raiders are just been down their luck, and I don't think they can pull themselves out. At least the Chargers can. Losing Mike Williams might be a big deficit, but I think they got good depth in the receiver core. They just got to put a team away defensively. Takes us into some of the afternoon games. Patriots going to Cowboys. The Cowboys sucked last week. It was so bad. I think they'll get a couple of their offensive linemen back, and I think they are able to handle their business at home against New England. Niners hosting the Cardinals. I think it's just a runaway game with the Niners. I would just be shocked if the Cardinals could pull it off again. And then the Sunday night game, Chiefs, Jets. If it was an Aaron Rodgers Jets team, that'd be different, but it's not. It's a Mike White team, and the Chiefs will feast. Finally, our single Monday night game, thank God. It is not a great game, but at least it's only one of them. Seattle traveling to the New York-New Jersey Giants. Seattle, I think, is just going to dominate them on both sides of the ball. I don't know what the Giants are doing. Sure, they beat Arizona. That's about it. I think my biggest upset of the week might be the Browns taking on the Ravens at home. I think they're going to pull it out, though. All right, that's it for me. Go Cowboys.
What's up, guys? This is Andy, aka the Cali Bird, and I'm here to give my NFL Week 4 pick'em. It's crazy that we're already in Week 4. Starting off with our Thursday night game, we have the Detroit Lions visiting the Green Bay Packers. Packers had a crazy rally last week beating the New Orleans Saints. Detroit Lions coming off a pretty convincing win against the Seahawks. I think this game's going to be pretty close. I'm going to give it to the Detroit Lions just because I think they're the better overall team, but would not be surprised if Green Bay keeps it close. Moving on to the next game, Atlanta Falcons visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game is actually going to be in London at Wembley Stadium, which is like the Jacksonville Jaguars' second home. Jaguars coming off a rough week against the Texans, and I just don't trust the Falcons at all, so give me the Jacksonville Jaguars. Miami Dolphins visiting the Buffalo Bills. Miami coming off a crazy 70-point victory last week against Denver. Buffalo Bills beat the Washington Commanders. A lot of people are going to be hyped over the Miami Dolphins, and for good reason. Visiting a division rival, that is the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo, I think that will be a little bit tough, but I still like Miami. Mike McDaniels and that offense looks unstoppable right now, so give me the Dolphins. Denver Broncos visiting the Chicago Bears. This is arguably one of the worst games you could probably watch. If I had a choice, I probably wouldn't vote for either of these teams. I guess give me the Denver Broncos. I just have no faith in Justin Fields and the Bears offense right now, although I have little to no faith in Sean Payton and the Broncos after that 70-point trouncing. Baltimore Ravens visiting the Cleveland Browns. I like Cleveland in this one. Jim Schwartz has really improved that defense. I heard a crazy stat that they've only allowed 4 red zone snaps all season, so I like the Browns at home. Cincinnati Bengals visiting the Tennessee Titans. I watched the Titans a little bit last week when they played the Browns, and their offense looked completely abysmal. Give me Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, even if he's not 100%. Los Angeles Rams visiting the Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson might be returning from injury, otherwise it will be Gardner Minshew making his second start. Even though this one is in Indianapolis, I do like the Rams. I think for a 1-2 team, they're better than their record, and I like how they've been playing. They've had a couple tough matchups, so I think they can get this one. Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting the New Orleans Saints. Saints coming off that really tough loss to the Packers. I think they'll bounce back this week at home. They get Alvin Kamara returning from his suspension, so give me the Saints in this one. Washington Commanders visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles have been playing a little bit below their expectations, but at home against Sam Howell and the Commanders, I like the Eagles, just a better overall team. Minnesota Vikings visiting the Carolina Panthers, 2 0-3 teams. I like an Adam Thielen revenge game for the Panthers, but I see the Minnesota Vikings getting their first win. As much crap as me and the other schlobs like to give the Vikings, they're better than their 0-3 record. I see them getting their first victory this week. Pittsburgh Steelers visiting the Houston Texans. This is one of the few games this week that I'm going to go away from the favorite, and I'm going to go with the Houston Texans at home. I just really liked what they showed last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think that was a fluke, and I think they will just keep up that positive momentum. Pittsburgh Steelers haven't looked terrible, but they just have looked a little blah, and I like the vibes with Houston right now. Moving over to the Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers. Divisional games always going to be close. I just like Justin Herbert in this one in the Chargers. It looks like they're going to be getting back Austin Eckler, so at home I just like the Chargers. Although saying the Chargers are at home is going to be more or less like a Raiders home game as well. That being said, I still like talent on the Chargers team, and I see them getting the victory. New England Patriots against the Dallas Cowboys. I think this is actually going to be a pretty close game, but I like the Cowboys at home. They're the better overall team, and after last week's surprising loss to the Cardinals, they're going to have some extra motivation, so I like the Cowboys in this one. Then we have the Arizona Cardinals visiting the San Francisco 49ers. Not much to say about this one, although it is a divisional matchup. San Francisco to 49ers, far superior team at home. Give me then 49ers. Same can be applied for this next game. Kansas City Chiefs going to the New York Jets. Jets, obviously, with Zach Wilson, they aren't going to be contenders or scoring much anytime soon, so Chiefs away, easy victory. And that brings us to our Monday night game, Seattle Seahawks visiting the New York Giants. I feel like anytime these teams play, it's a pretty close game. While New York is at home, I just do not trust Daniel Jones whatsoever, even if they do get back Saquon Barkley. So give me the Seattle Seahawks. That concludes my NFL Week 4 Pick'em. Again, my name's Andy, aka the Cali Bird. Be sure to follow the Schlabcast and subscribe to all of our videos. Peace.